For those of you who have joined us before and those that are new, welcome to CPOA's Demo Days. Along with everyone else in the world, we've done a pivot to a digital experience. We're excited for the platform that we've decided on, which is quick 30-minute demonstrations for you to see the products, get to know the companies, and then reach out and get more information on the products that you're looking for. This is our fourth one of the day, and we're excited to bring Pilot, Pi Variables, Inc. to the Demo Days platform. And I would like to introduce the CEO, Jim, and am I going to say this right? Sullivan. Jim Sullivan.
Correct. Perfect.
All right. Perfect. So Jim, thanks for joining us, and just tell us a little bit about what we're going to experience today, please.
Okay, thank you. I'm assuming you can hear me well. Anyway, Pilot is a corporation. We're a manufacturer based in Orange County, California, and we make devices that allow you to operate your vehicle safe in a more safe fashion on the highway. Why don't we go to the video, please?
Great.
And then we'll take questions and answers following.
Great. I'm going to screen share.
And if everyone's on, videos are important, so turn on your video. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Pilot's virtual trade show booth. We will spend the next few minutes sharing our technology and how we design tools to make your job safer. Pilot is a U.S. manufacturer of smart traffic control products. We supply law enforcement, the fire industry, utility companies, construction, and medevac pilots. You are all too familiar with the flaws in a 100-year-old technology, the flame flare. The dangers of incidental fire, the cost, inhalation of fumes, burnt pant legs, and, oh, did I mention cost? Enter Internet of Things technology, better known as IoT. Pilot has spent 4 years developing a local mesh network that connects devices in a smart way. So our LED flares connect automatically to provide the equivalent of a runway landing light, flashing in sequential order to guide drivers safely around an incident. The unfortunate facts are that more law enforcement officers are injured in road incidents than in any other aspect of their job. And we house this technology in a rugged enclosure protected from water and mechanical impact. They are designed to be run over. And if a hiccup should occur, they are under warranty. We will replace your flare for 2 years. A series of videos will illustrate typical deployments. This tow truck is loading a vehicle. Note that the truck's light bar on the roof is obscured by the elevated flatbed. Hence, the same flare technology is used to magnetically attach to the back of the disabled vehicle, creating a poor man's light bar. And here's a special feature coming soon. Not only will the pilot sequential flares guide drivers around your unit, it will automatically notify ways when deployed, so drivers will have advanced warning of your presence on the road. Here is a vehicle in the breakdown lane on Pacific Coast Highway. Those flares are 3 to 4 paces apart, approximately 10 to 12 feet. So you are looking at a 120-foot smart dynamic arrow placed within 2 minutes on a dumb hunk of asphalt. We like to think of our technology as bringing a voice to the roadway. Here, that voice is saying, "Move over," and these flares will flash for 20 hours between charge. Simply plug the carrying case into your vehicle or wall socket, and all 10 flares will charge simultaneously in 5 hours from complete depletion. Sergeant Ramos is taking care of business. He is taking approximately 2 minutes to deploy the pilot sequential flares rather than flame flares. He avoids the pollution runoff, the inhalation, and the cost. Over the course of 1 year, this average-size California small town used to spend $6,000 per year on flame flares. They spent about that sum to purchase the pilot sequential system for their 10 vehicles, and the pilot flares keep on giving. Their return on investment is less than a year, and without the environmental impact. The sergeant was kind enough to illustrate via remote control several different flash patterns available: steady burn, simultaneous flashing, slow tail off, etc. It's your choice. You can set it once and it remains in memory as your department's pattern of choice. Each time they're turned on, after that, it will go to the right pattern. And they come in different colors as seen in this video. The price is the same. And the really trick concept is to place them under a traffic cone to light up the entire cone. This is frequently the deployment of choice for DUI checkpoints, where the flares qualify under the OTS grant program. We have police departments contacting us all through the year applying for OTS grants issued in October. For the unfortunate incident requiring medevac, either the fire company or command law enforcement vehicle can call in rotary wing craft now universally equipped with night vision goggles. Our infrared landing zone sets are a favorite go-to for pilots, and we make them in a tactical version for law enforcement as well. Flares are available in sets of 4 for motorcycles, 6 and 10. All are rechargeable or alkaline battery powered. Now we're ready to take your questions. I look forward to speaking with you all. Thank you.
Jim, can you talk a little about the price?
Yes. Let me get my start video. Yeah. The flares are sold in sets of, in this case, 6 or 10, but typically they're approximately, if we sell direct to the law enforcement entity, not through distribution, and in California we are able to do that, there's a substantial savings. They're approximately $50 to $55 per flare. That's a radio technology. So a set of 10 with the charge carrying case and the lithium battery system, which is the more expensive system, is about $550 per set. We see that, as I say, the ROI is less than a year if you're using flares at $2 a flare. Most departments will tell us that a typical vehicle will use that much in flares over the course of the year. And of course, in West Coast, I don't have to speak to the fires now, so there's big movement to avoid flame flares anyway.
Is there a break at a bulk rate?
Yes, we can work with you, and we can even have a leasing program, which is virtually a 0% interest lease program. So we can supply, if capital, some of the departments tell us that if they have to, for example, they're buying 10 or 20 sets for units, and they have to go above a certain capital expenditure, they have to go to city council for that. We have a lease program which allows them to pay over and buy it over 2 years, for example, and then they get the technology and any upgrades that might come further. So we looked into that. Yes, love to work with you.
I saw on the demo video that they're programmable, I suppose, through your telephone kind of thing. Is there an app that can change the pattern?
We have a remote control that works within approximately 330 meters or 1,000 feet. It's about the size of your smartphone. It's a little plastic enclosure, and it's dedicated to those flares. We are coming with a connected version for your mobile phone. It's not available quite yet. It would be a Bluetooth connected system.
Okay.
Currently, it's a separate remote control, and depending on the purchase volume, that would come free with the sets, or it could be, it's about an $85 piece of equipment. However, any one of the flares can act as a remote control. So it's a mesh network, so you could put 20 out in sequence or 10 on each side. As you saw in one of the videos, they were in a parallel path, what we call a funnel effect. You could lift, if you're closest to any one of them, could be number 7, lift it up, press the button, and it becomes the remote control. So you don't need the remote. We actually don't market or promote the remote control for our flares, because you're out to do business. You got to get them out, get to your incident,
right,
and not worry about the flares. You want to direct traffic around you. In the construction industry, we use the same remote control and the same technology on road lamps, contractor lamps, barricade lamps that go on for a mile. And they like to sit in their truck 1,000 feet upstream, and they can turn on sun sensitivity. It goes off in daylight, change the pattern, steady glow, that kind of stuff. But for you, it's a quick and dirty, let me get them out there and get to work. But you can have a remote control, or you can control it from any one of the flares.
And as long as you don't mind, I have another question.
Please.
Are they trackable? For example, some knucklehead picks one up while I'm dealing with my incident, and then I want to go find it later. Are they traceable at all?
They're worthless to them, but they don't know that, because once the battery depletes, the only way to recharge it is on one of our charging cases. However, they are not currently. Now, the charging case could be trackable. The Waze connectivity, which is coming, has 2 options. One, the modem would actually be in the set, so we could track that. The other, which will be a lower cost option, will be that the set will communicate to your mobile phone, and your mobile phone will be the link to Waze. So when you deploy the flare, there's an arming button on the case. You press that, and that immediately notifies Waze. Or the modem could be in the case, but I think most people will choose the latter. I'm sorry, the former with the modem. I'm sorry, without the modem, using your phone. It's a lower cost operation.
As long as I'm dominating the floor, I really like that video. If I go to your site, is that video on your site so I can show some other people?
It is indeed, and many more. There's a YouTube link at the bottom of our page that has a number of videos, as well as on our website, but also through this organization, they have this, we're recording right now, and the same video is linked at the app on this organization's website.
Great.
Thank you. Keep coming. I love it.
Yeah. I've got some experience with these in the past, and I obviously expressed some of the questions that have popped up, but I've been a long time motor cop and do carry them on the motorcycle. And so that was one of my questions, was that little 4-pack, and if that fits nicely into a saddlebag. But I think the days of that carcinogenic flare, really, we need to put that to an end. Yeah. You
used the right adjective, and you characterize it well, the carcinogenic. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
The 6-pack, each set is a relative compromise. The 6-pack may fit in your saddlebag, and that would be a little better. The more flares you have in sequence, the better the visual effect, the more forewarning to oncoming traffic, and the more guidance. The compromise is related to size and related to cost. So it's a question of balancing those issues.
Yeah. Another question has come to mind. I saw the picture of how they're kind of carried in that little holder.
Correct.
Is there a soft bag that goes in? Like when I throw that in the back of a car, what keeps that from flying all over the place?
I can chime in here, Jim.
Go
This is
ahead.
Dan. I'm with Pilot as well. We certainly could supply them with a soft saddle bag as well. We have those in-house that we can, each set can be deployed or provided with the saddle bag to keep them from, as you just described, when you throw them back in the vehicle, from going all over the place. However, the magnet on the back of the flare, which magnetically attaches to the carrying cases, is a very aggressive magnet. It attaches back to a vehicle, and you can be driving down a bumpy road and it won't come off the vehicle. So it's pretty secure onto the carrying case.
Yeah, good. I think I'd like to try it, so I'll take a look.
Very good. We do, as I mentioned, we do have a leasing program. We also have a try before you buy program. So if you're interested in, if you think you might want to buy several sets or outfit your department, you can certainly call us or email us, and we can send out a full set. You can try it. We typically allow about 2 months to evaluate. And at the end of that period of time, we simply ask that you send it back or allow us to invoice you for it, one or the other.
Okay, that would be great.
Yeah. So that's
a great feature, the try before you buy. I'll add that to your page on the app so people can see that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's something we've done from day one, and it is an extraordinarily helpful feature tool for the departments. You know, they just don't know. They're so accustomed to flame flares, they don't know how they're going to operate. There's a lot of technology, and almost universally, I'm reluctant to say when we send it out, they say we'd like to keep it, and gee, can we get 4 more or 6 more or 10 more or something? So it's a great tool for us and for the department. They get to see and feel and touch before they make a commitment.
Great.
Any other questions? Okay, Dan, I'm trying to think, is any other videos you might want to illustrate to the group before we close it down? We're early, but we don't want to take everybody's time unnecessarily if we've gotten our message across.
No, I think we covered it all. I think, again, the point is the ease of deployment. I don't know if it was evident in the video, but there's no buttons to turn them on. You simply pull them off the case and it automatically turns the flare on and synchronizes it. So again, we understand you're out there to do, as Jim said, do business, get to the scene or get to the incident, and not have to worry about lighting a flare or pushing a button or any of that. So we simply designed it to be pull off the case, automatically turn on, and you lay them out and you're done. A minute or so later, you're now focused on the incident and the event at hand.
Yeah. The other, just as long as we've got a moment, other couple features. One, notice that they're rectangular in shape. There are a number of hockey puck, what we refer to a hockey puck LED flares on the market. Number one, they do not sequence, they're not radio connected. Number two, they have a tendency to roll off the road when they're struck. So if a car runs over it, it could kick it up and it can roll off the road into the gutter somewhere and you might not find it. The other thing I want to raise, recently a police officer said to us in urban centers, urban areas, this would be a very effective tool to use as what he referred to as breadcrumbs. So it was actually a fire brigade that mentioned it, but would work well for mass evacuations from a shopping mall. If there should be an event, an unfortunate incident, and you had to evacuate a number of people quickly. Certainly in a hotel, the fireman was thinking in a hotel or an institutional building where exits could be some distance down a hallway. They could run into the hallway, dropping these as they go. Then they bang on the door and say, follow the flares, follow the light out, just follow the light out. Otherwise, they were spending time saying, you got to go down to the hallway, make a left to get to the exit. This was in the smoky room or in the panic situation. This was a much more effective visual for someone to get out of a building. So that's another tool, and could be a tactical event as well. We did get requests from Kentucky, I think it was Kentucky State Police, for the landing zone set in a tactical format with no visible light, just the infrared. So they could be deployed without any visible light to notify anybody. So we're happy to work with the department to modify our products to your needs.
What colors are available?
Red, orange, green, blue, amber, white.
Yeah, our typical or most popular is the orange. It's an orange red that kind of most illustrates what a traditional incendiary road flare looks like. So that's what we sell most of. But again, law enforcement, they're allowed to use blue, and oftentimes blue gets people's attention when they're on the side of the road. So those are the two most popular in terms of the law enforcement industry. And as Jim mentioned, and in the video mentioned, we do have Waze connection coming out with it soon. And through the leasing program, that's one of the things that would be coming through the leasing program. As soon as you deploy them, you give drivers, again, another 1 or 2 mile warning of, hey, there's an officer on the side of the road, please slow down. And then they come approaching you guys, and they see the actual sequential lights. So it's a double warning system that we hope reduces any sort of incident on the side of the road.
How visible is the blue during the daytime?
The simple fact is, during a bright, sunny California day, there's virtually no battery-powered lamp that's going to show well. These are primarily for gray days, rainy, foggy days, nighttime. But during the daytime, you don't need them quite as much either. Things are a little bit more visible. So I can't tell you that the blue will show brilliantly on a bright day. You'll see them, but it doesn't get your attention like it does in the evening or a gray day. And with respect to colors, now let me expand a bit more on that. When we mention colors, there are 2 color options on each flare. It's what we refer to as side LEDs and the top LEDs. Now, the top LEDs are much brighter. There's 4 of them, but at a much higher current. And we usually sell, though, most people want the red top LED, because when placed under the traffic cone, that makes the cone pop. It just lights up the cone, the red light, versus an amber or a blue or a green or some other color. So most request the top LEDs to be red, and then the sides could be blue or orange or amber or some other. So when it's horizontal, you're seeing it automatically shifts. It has an accelerometer. So on the side, when it's horizontal, it'll shine through the side. When it's vertical, it'll shine through the top. That was shown on that video. You may not have noticed it, but it's available.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay. Well, we'll leave you be. Thank you very much for your questions.
We
Cindy?
do have a winner slide for,
okay.
First of all, thank you to Jim and Dan for the demonstration and the product knowledge. Definitely see value in the product that's coming out there, especially when you add the Waze component to it. That'll be another highlight of the product itself. So I'm going to share a screen. You guys have generously donated an Amazon gift card for our winners. So let me just share my screen here. And there we go. And congratulations to Paul LeBain from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department for winning the Pilot Amazon gift card. So we thank you for that. We thank you again, Jim and Dan, for bringing this to Demo Days, bringing your product to Demo Days. And of course, you guys can find them on the app under the Demo Days icon or under the sponsor icon. And just a reminder, we do have one more demo at 3 o'clock today with National University, talking to you about how you can save a great deal of money on tuition. So thanks, that went away. Thanks to our friends at Pilot for today's demonstration, and we look forward to seeing you guys again at 3 o'clock. Everyone take care, and we'll see you later.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.